Hello, Taurus. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Aviana. This is Aviana's Ascension, and today we are going to do an October reading for you. Now, this reading is general, so just take what feels right for you, leave the rest behind. Thank you so much for sharing your time and energy with me today. Very grateful to have you here. I am a Taurus rising, so I always like to see what's going on. So yeah, let's get into it. Real quick though, you guys were the highest viewed video in August. So you do have a timeless reading that is about career and love. I will share it like at the end of the video if you want to check it out. It is timeless, so whenever you find it, it's perfect. So just wanted to say thank you for that. But let's talk about it. So your meditation was really intense, okay? As I was tapping into your energy, I have this Osho Zen tarot deck. I don't even remember what card it is, but there's a card on there and it has like it's like a face, and it kind of looks like the face is like a dystopian city with like fog and smog and all smog, whatever it is, fog and dirt, and it just looks dirty, like you can't really breathe. So I saw that. And then I saw like there was just a lot of confusion and a lot of like, why are you doing this? Like, what is going on? Why are you doing this to me? And then I saw you guys with like a stab in your heart. Like somebody is breaking your heart or really hurting you, causing a lot of confusion. Like you can't recognize this person, and it's almost making you not recognize yourself. I don't like that. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely, I would just get away from that situation, whatever's going on. And even if it's not like a permanent walking away, like just focus on you and not let this other person's energy bring you down so much. There's a lot of confusion there, okay? I will say I was doing the Cancer reading, and they did have a lot of, Taurus energy. So you could be dealing with a Cancer, or maybe you have Cancer in your chart and you might benefit from watching that reading. But we're going to do a Celtic cross today, so I'm getting the cards laid out right now, and then we will see what's at the bottom of the deck for the overall energy. Okay. All right. So that's crazy. Bottom of the deck is the Chariot, and that's Cancer energy. We also have the Queen of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and the High Priestess, Pisces. So lots of emotion, lots of intuition, and then all of these are, this looks like Cleopatra. So like lots of feminine energy here as well. So you may benefit from tapping into your feminine energy, going within, exploring your inner world, your emotions. But yeah, with the Chariot, you could be traveling, taking a vacation, moving. I feel like there was maybe a sudden ending, or all of a sudden you're having to get up and move and make these decisions and take this action. With the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups, this is definitely a time to trust in your intuition, especially in regards to making moves or taking some sort of action. I think that there is a lot of discomfort surrounding you, but it's time for you to move on from something or go towards something new. We also have the Eight of Wands, and with the Chariot, that's definitely talks of travel, moving, maybe communication coming through. And we have the Nine of Wands, the Six of Cups, yeah, and there's the Death card. Scorpio energy with the Death card. So that's what I was feeling, honestly. Like there's something where maybe you tried to put a lot of time and energy into it, or there's a lot of memory time spent with somebody, but it's time to walk away from it. There's a sudden ending. I feel like it's sudden. I don't see the Tower in here. Doesn't mean it ain't gonna pop up, but yeah, this is an ending. And I did see the Seven of Wands kind of flip out whenever I was shuffling earlier. So it's definitely time to protect your energy, focus on yourself, and anything where you feel like you're having to over explain or defend yourself, just save the energy, because some people are just meant to misunderstand you, or maybe a situation has run its course and so it's just not in alignment anymore. So let's see what's going on. Okay, so for your current situation, we do have the Page of Pentacles. This is your energy. So yeah, I feel like currently there's a new chapter. Okay, the Page of Pentacles is all about exploring, going on a new journey. Some of you may literally be moving, but it's definitely time to just embark on something new. Leave the questioning, the doubt, the confusion in the past and just embark on something new for yourself. I feel you want stability, you want security, you want to be able to trust yourself, and it's just time for you to move on from something. Okay. You could be having a new job offer here as well. And again, you could really be traveling. Okay. Tell me more about the Page of Pentacles for Taurus. Mm. Mm. Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah, okay. All right, so we have the Nine of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, and the Lovers. Could be dealing with the Gemini here. This could have a lot to do with a romantic situation. And if it's not romantic, it's just some sort of connection that you feel very drawn to, that is very close to you. And if this doesn't have to do with another person, this is you trying to find balance within yourself, going towards things that bring you emotional fulfillment, that make you happy. Okay, but whatever the situation may be, we have the Nine of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. So it's like you're being called to start a new journey, to go towards something new, but you have a very tight grip on this connection, on whatever this has to do with you. All right. You're very determined and motivated to make something work. So let's see. Let's see about that. Okay. Because, if you're determined to make it work, I love it. But if it's something where it's like it's inevitable that it's not going to work, I have to be honest. Oh, okay. We have the King of Swords, the Devil, and the Four of Cups, and the Ten of Wands, the Moon card. So there's definitely a lot of fear, a lot of shadow work that's needing to be done with this situation. You could be attached to this because of your own scarcity and limiting beliefs. This could be like a trauma bond of some sort. Okay, with the Ten of Wands, Four of Cups, King of Swords, I mean, you are really putting in the work to try to make something happen here. But are you compromising your truth? Are you compromising your morals, your values? Is there a new perspective you need to have on this situation? Let's see. Okay, tell me more about the Lovers. Yeah. With the Queen of Swords, the Hermit, you could be dealing with a Virgo, but you are being asked to be real with yourself on this situation. Okay, there's definitely a lot of emotion, a lot of love, a deep connection here. But with the Queen of Swords, you got to cut off your feelings at this time. You got to look at the facts of a situation and ask yourself, is this really what I want? Okay, with the Hermit, you got to listen to your intuition. You got to ask yourself for yourself, what do I actually want? Does this make me happy? Does this make sense for me? You got to be real. All right. Tell me more about the Nine of Wands, Four of Pentacles. Wait. Yeah, I feel like, I'm not saying you have to totally walk away from something if you're not ready, but it's definitely time to be selfish and focus on yourself while this is getting situated. All right. Tell me more about the Nine of Wands, Four of Pentacles. Mm-hmm. Okay. So we have the King of Swords, the King of Cups, the Four of Wands. You could be dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or an Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Yeah, this definitely has to do with family, a long-term relationship, maybe a marriage or some sort of connection here. And no one wants a connection, whether it's a friendship, family, love. No one wants it to fail. But I feel like you really need to bring balance between the logic and the heart space. Okay. Maybe logically it makes sense to stay. Maybe in your heart it makes sense to stay. Maybe, like you just got to bring more balance into those two energies and not let one or the other decide too much. I do think your feelings are getting the best of you right now, your emotions. So I feel like you just got to look at the facts. You got to look at the truth of the situation and decide if this is something that makes sense for you or not. Yeah, I feel like you're blinded by love. So you have to get clear on what you actually want. Yeah, see, here you are. You got to get clear on what you want. What you want. Not just, the feelings or how long you've known someone, but really look at it from like an outsider's perspective. Get a bird's eye view and see if it's in alignment for you. All right. A lot of people have been having readings about this kind of thing, and I think it's due to the fact that we just had all those eclipses, and there's a lot that's, leaving, coming in. It's just, that's what it calls for. Okay, so the challenge here is the Fool card. Could be dealing with an Aquarius or an Aries. But yeah, the challenge here is you don't want to have a new start. You don't want to let this go and have a new journey. There could be a lot of fear surrounding that. So my challenge to you is to tap into faith instead of fear, right? Because then you could walk away or take a break or see something differently. But if you have faith that you're meant to be with someone or that this situation is supposed to happen in your life, then you'll trust that it will come back to you. Whatever is meant for you is not going to be gone forever. Maybe there just needs to be some growth. Maybe you need to get clear on what you need. But don't be scared of that opportunity. Don't fear the unknown. And the Fool is all about having faith and taking a leap of faith and knowing that the universe is going to catch you. Tell me more about the Fool card. Yeah, see, you're at a crossroads. You're trying to decide where to go. And with the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups is here again, this is definitely a time to trust your intuition, to tap into your feminine energy. Doesn't matter your gender or how you identify. We all have feminine and masculine energy. But yeah, you really are struggling with trusting yourself and trusting the decision that you want to make. And that's an issue for me. Okay. You got to learn how to trust your gut and go towards what it is you feel called to go towards and make those tough decisions. Okay. If I were you, I would journal, I would meditate, I would connect with my heart space, maybe even get a tarot reading. You can go to my website down below and book a reading with me if you need that. But it's time. Like, I feel like your intuition is nudging you towards something, and it's really hard for you to trust that for whatever reason. So no one's saying you have to rush to make a decision right now, but maybe make a pros and cons list. Like, take little baby steps to get closer and closer to finalizing this, because the universe is here to uplift you, protect you, support you. So if you need that, they will give it to you, and they're not going to push you towards something that's going to lead to your failure. Like, the universe isn't going to prank you like that, right? So really go within, allow yourself to see this from a bird's eye view, and then you can move forward, because you're definitely unsure right now, and that's okay. That's normal. That's okay. You guys could be seeing a lot of sevens, but yeah, it's just time to trust yourself, move with clarity, and also be patient. Like, you may have a realization. You don't have to act on it immediately. You may you know you may be seeing things, realizing things. Maybe you're wanting certain things, but you're not sure how to get there. That's okay. Just allow the realizations to come first and foremost, and then you can move from there. And you can take baby steps too. It's not a race. All right, so what you need to focus on, we have the Ace of Pentacles, absolutely. So some of you may have gotten a new job or some sort, maybe a new home, some inheritance of some sort, like your abundance, your financial, your career is really feeling prosperous right now. Like, there's new opportunities for you in that way. So yeah, as this emotional situation is a little muddy, you can kind of manifest more stability in your life by focusing on the things that give you more stability and that make you feel secure, right? You don't have to like obsess over this until you find the answer. Allow yourself to surrender it to the universe and let them work it out for you as you continue to focus on yourself. I like it. Tell me more about the Ace of Pentacles. right, with the Six of Wands and the Ace of Cups, very beautiful. Yeah, it's just time to put yourself around people who support you, who uplift you. Focus on the things that you love, that bring you joy, and allow yourself to heal in those ways rather than trying to find the answer or the solution to this. Okay. We also do have the Devil card here. Okay. Capricorn energy. So there could be a lot of fear and doubt and just kind of low vibrations surrounding you right now. I would definitely, maybe carry some black tourmaline or selenite or do some sort of like aura cleansing practice, because I don't want this energy to be guiding you. I want trust, I want faith, high vibrations to guide you. So there's definitely something going on there. Tell me more. Wait, hold on. Yeah, be brave. Be brave. Tell me more about the Devil card. You have the Page of Wands. Yeah, I think you need to focus on yourself, and you need to be brave and confident to express that. Or if you're not ready to share that and communicate that with whatever this emotional thing is, just have the action of it, and then when you feel ready and brave, you can communicate that, because this is not making sense. Yeah, I feel like you need to walk away from something, and something is disappointing you, but you're not ready to face that, and that's okay. It's a process. You don't have to rush through it. But in the meantime, just focus on yourself, have that support and love from your friends and family, and keep it cute. Delicious. Okay. So, in the recent past, we do have the Wheel of Fortune. So, that's interesting. So, there could have been some sort of ending or a new beginning, a new chapter. Some of you guys could have gotten a new job, but I definitely feel like there's been a lot of change going on for you. And while a lot of it is positive, obviously there's something here that's weighing you down. Just keep embracing change. Embrace the unknown, even when it's good or it's bad, comfortable, uncomfortable. There's a significant transformation that's unfolding here. So I want you to trust in that and embrace it. Okay? Tell me more about the Wheel of Fortune. Do different things to calm your nervous system, like grounding, meditating, journaling, because change is one of the few constants we have in the world. So you need to learn how to be okay with it rather than trying to like stop it. Okay, we have the Eight of Swords, the Five of Swords, Judgment. Okay, so there was some sort of big decision that happened here. Maybe you decided to walk away from something, or maybe you decided to, or maybe someone decided to walk away from you. Whatever the case is, there was a decision to move on or move forward in a situation. With the Eight of Swords, Five of Swords, there's been a lot of anxiety surrounding this. Like, maybe you felt like maybe someone else made this decision and you're like, that was selfish of them. Or maybe you feel like you're being selfish by, choosing what's best for you. But at the end of the day, it's your life, right? Like, you have to do what's best for you. You have to live your truth. And if that means you have to disappoint someone else, or vice versa, say someone else wants to live their truth and they got to disappoint you, then that's what it is. You can't dilute yourself or live a lie or just go along with things just to keep everyone comfortable. That's crazy. All right. Okay. We have Justice, the Two of Cups, the Three of Swords. So yeah, I feel like there was a breakup that happened here. Whether it's family, friends, romantic, somebody decided, I have to go my own way and do my own thing. You could have been dealing with a Libra here, but I feel like this is happening because there was a lack of balance. Okay. I feel like there was always you questioning and you trying to like figure the situation out, and that's exhausting. Especially like, that's another grown person, you're a grown person. Why are there so many question marks? This makes me think of something my sister says. My sister's hilarious. She says, hey, when there's too many questions, I'm not Nancy Drew. I'm not going to investigate and do all this. I'm just going to walk away. And I feel like that's kind of what happened here, and that's hard and that's difficult, but you had to do what was best for you, or this person had to do what was best for them. I feel like you chose to walk away from this, though, because I feel like you knew that it was a negative attachment, and there was just too much confusion and fear surrounding it, and that's just not good for you. Okay. So potential possibilities, we have the Ace of Wands. So this is a lot of new chapters happening for you, I must say. But this is one that is all about your passion, your excitement. You could be investing into new hobbies and just maybe even traveling, taking action, feeling inspired. Like this is a really good energy. So I like that. Tell me more about the Ace of Wands for Taurus. Okay, interesting. I definitely feel that you are being encouraged to really invest in yourself, kind of your self care, your garden, your inner world, really just investing in that, pouring into that. This is a situation where, things aren't going to happen overnight. You're going to have to be patient. Again, relying on that faith, on that trust. But we have, and it's a big one. I'm so silly, you guys. Okay. We have the Page of Swords and the Five of Wands here. So it's like you're being encouraged to go towards this new chapter, but you're fighting it. You're hesitating. Okay. This could be conflict happening around you, but I feel like it's really your higher self or this new version of you fighting with your old version of you, your old timeline. It's like you got to have faith that investing in yourself and pouring into yourself will lead to beautiful, beautiful things. Tell me more about the Page of Swords, the Five of Wands. Okay, we have the Knight of Cups. That's your emotions. Listen, Taurus, you are very loyal and you have a big heart, absolutely. But there's something that's just not working out for you here. So you're going to have to leave that comfort zone because there is a lot of love. There's no doubt in that. But what about the love you have for yourself? What about the love in life? What about the love for your career? You can follow those loves too, Because at the end of the day, I don't see this partnership lasting, whatever it has to do with. Okay. And I see that you might hold back pouring into yourself because you're going to outgrow somebody. I'll be real. I had to tell somebody that recently. I was like, I'm scared that I'm going to outgrow you. And that kind of was the situation, I'm the kind of person, like, my concerns, my worries, I will share them with you, and kind of give you the chance to meet me halfway or to communicate or to share your concerns. And, I feel like you tried to do that and it wasn't really making sense. And that thought of outgrowing someone is very scary for you. But the thought of staying the same and staying stagnant should be scarier. I know it scared me. I was like, listen, all I know is I can't limit myself. So you either grow with me or I got to get on up out of here. All right. So in the near future, we do have the Queen of Pentacles. So I like that. Okay. So we went from a page to a queen. All right. So we are growing. Okay. I feel like you are really focusing on yourself and there's going to be a lot of abundance that comes your way. There could be, you could be feeling very generous, very nurturing at this time, but I just feel like you're focusing on yourself and it's a lot of flourishing, a lot of beauty that's going to come through with that. You guys could have gotten a promotion even. Tell me more about the Queen of Pentacles. All right, Five of Cups, the Magician, and the Strength card. I love it. I love it. So yes, it's hurtful and sad because the Five of Cups, there's disappointment. Something did not pan out how you thought. But all is not lost, right? They're fallen over, but there's still some things up right back there. All is not lost because as you let this situation go, you use that extra time, extra energy for yourself and you pour into yourself. Look at you with the Magician and the Strength card. You're so brave. You're so strong. And you decided, you know what? This is not going to be in vain. Okay. I'm going to allow myself to learn from this. I'm going to allow myself to show up for myself. So that way Not only can I grow from this and make something out of this experience, but I can also not repeat it in the future. This is teaching you something. I think it's teaching you a lot about how to not let your anxiety and your fear get the best of you, how to not put yourself on the back burner, and how to communicate your needs. And if you feel like you can't communicate them or you feel like they fall on deaf ears, then we know what to do because you already been through it. But I feel like you're not going to be in this position again because mm-mm, mm-mm. Yeah, it's time for you to move on so you can go towards your happiness and your fulfillment. Absolutely. I love it. Okay, so advice for you. We do have the Emperor, Aries energy. So, yeah, it's time to take the action that you feel guided to take, and it's time to move with confidence. That's the main thing here. I feel that you do want to go towards new beginnings and you're ready to make these decisions. There's just a lack of confidence here. So, how can you be more confident? Okay, maybe you can do some solar plexus work, some root chakra work. You can carry around some tiger's eye if you feel guided to, but you need to move like you have a whole army behind you. You need to move like a mountain couldn't stop you because a mountain can't stop you. Okay? You are powerful. You are smart. You are strong. And people look to you for guidance and look to you for support. So you can provide it for yourself. You know what I mean? Trust yourself. Move with more confidence, okay? Tell me more about the Emperor. Like you're a bull. You know what I'm saying? Be a bull in the china shop and get crazy and go towards what you want to go towards. The King of Wands. Absolutely. Okay, both of these, first of all, time to tap into that masculine energy. We all have it. Okay, and this is all about like not letting a challenge stop you, being confident, trusting in yourself. Okay, there's a reason you feel guided to make some changes. There's a reason you're looking at this person like, is this making sense? You know what I mean? Don't dilute that. Don't hide it. And don't let fear keep you stuck. Absolutely not. I don't think so. I don't know why I just got British, but sure. Maybe some of you guys are British, or maybe you're dealing with a British person. Yeah, 10 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, Justice. You guys could be dealing with a Libra, but at the end of the day, you know what you want, and you're more than capable to achieve it. You may not know exactly how it's going to come through, but you don't need to know exactly what's going to happen. Don't wait until you have clarity in every answer to go, because if that's the case, you might never go. Don't hold yourself back, okay? All right, so what's going on in your environment that is impacting this? We have the Knight of Pentacles, so Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Some of you guys could be dealing with a Leo as well. Okay, but with the Knight of Pentacles, yeah, this is like someone is moving very, very slowly. See, it's like what I just said here. Don't wait until you have all the answers and all the clarity. Allow yourself to just go for it. And it feels like someone around you is not that kind of person. Like they need to feel safe, secure, and certain before making decisions and taking that next step, which is okay. If that's how you want to rock, that's how you want to rock. But I feel like you need more from this person. And so it just feels like they're not honoring your needs, which is fine. They don't have to, but you have to. So that means you might have to walk away from this. All right, tell me more about the Knight of Pentacles. Let me tell you something. All right. We have the Six of Cups, the Seven of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles. Okay. Okay. So here's the thing. I feel like this person could always be like asking you for help or going to you for guidance, but when you need help and guidance, they're not really there. And I think that's because they're not on your level. Like, you know what I mean? Like the problems you have, they can't help you with. You can help them because you've already evolved past that. But they can't jump up there and be like, oh, yes, Taurus, this is what you need to do. No, because they're down here and they would never be, maybe one day, but right now they would never be in those types of situations. So You know, it's just not balanced. It's just not balanced, right? And again, it's not to say that this person can't, but it's going to take them longer. And you have to ask yourself, can I wait for that? Do I want to wait for that? You know what I mean? Like, and I'll share my stories right now. So, like, I'm going through a breakup right now. And by the way, first adult breakup, heartbroken, so sad. I know it sounds sarcastic and like I'm not, but I am. I am. And the thing is, I don't even remember where I was going with that. But the thing is, it's like, okay, I remember now. So I would talk to people about this and they would say, like, no, he's a great person. I just don't think he's on your level. I just think there's more growth and maturity that needs to happen there. And then I would talk to some other people, and some other people were telling me stories about like the things they've had to deal with in their relationships. And, you know, this one lady at work, shout out to you, she was telling me like she had all this strife and drama with her husband, but then like the last 10, 15 years were great. Now listen, no disrespect to anybody. I love Kelly, I love you. I'm not going to be in a connection where I have all this strife and all this chaos, and then the last little bit of it, it's cool. I want more for myself. You know what I mean? And if that's something that you're cool with, that's okay. But it feels like you want more from this, and it feels like you're tired of waiting, you're tired of asking. Okay? So that's why you got to get clear on yourself and ask yourself, what is it that you're willing to put up with? How long are you willing to wait? You know? Because me personally, I'm not doing it. And maybe in separation, this person can grow to your level and then you can come back together. And, you know, whatever you're meant for is going to come back to you. You're not going to miss what you're meant for. But I don't think you should suffer to see it through. You know what I mean? Like, when you do that and you try to force something to be what it's not yet, you cause unnecessary suffering, right? And maybe in separation, this person could figure it out. But while you're together, it feels like they're not making sense of it all. And with the Six of Cups, Seven of Swords, I feel like I do feel this person has been through some things in the past. Now, we've all been through some things and everyone's responsible for their own healing. So maybe that's the reason why they're not able to show up how you want them to show up, or why they're taking more time, because maybe they have more stuff to unpack. And that's what I mean by, you know, like maybe they haven't done the work yet, but you've already done the work. So you see clearly what needs to happen. But if they're not willing to do that work and you keep doing the work, then it's going to forever be imbalanced. So this could also be like maybe using the emotions and the connection and the memories to manipulate the situation. I don't know, but it's a possibility. Okay, tell me more about the Six of Cups, the Seven of Swords. Yeah, the Four of Cups. It's time to see something differently. Yeah, it's. I feel like you want abundance with this person. You want the long term, but there's just not a lot of clarity on this situation. Maybe time apart would be a gift from the divine. Tell me more about the Six of Cups. Yeah, temperance. Yeah, see, things need to be more balanced. And at the end of the day, like, you are a very abundant person and, you know, you're willing to help this person out. But, like, if it's not balanced, it's not balanced. And you shouldn't try to force yourself to bring this together. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they need time to work on themselves. Okay. So your hope or your fear is the Five of Pentacles. So I would say this is a fear. I feel like you don't want to be alone. You don't want to feel abandoned. You don't want anyone else to feel abandoned or neglected. Like it feels like you're stuck in between a rock and a hard place. You know, like you want to honor yourself and your needs, but you don't want to hurt this person, and you want this person to be able to grow with you, but they're not. Like it's a lot of back and forth and trying, again, with the pros and cons. Like you're trying to weigh your options and really see if this is able to be salvaged. Tell me more about the Five of Pentacles. I mean, I get it. I understand wanting to put as much effort and time into something as possible because no one wants to just give up on something, especially you, Taurus. Like, you are very loyal and you will stick something out. But if it's not making sense, what are we supposed to do? Okay, we have the Queen of Wands, the Six of Swords, the Hanged Man. This is definitely a situation where you need to surrender. You need to allow the divine to guide you to co-create this with you. The thing is, I feel like you're trying to make it work, but you're just a human. You're just a human. So when things like this are unfolding, what is your go-to? You know, are you immediately trying to think of how to fix it, or are you able to surrender and let the universe show you the way? You know, you don't know everything. You don't know how to handle these situations, so that's when you need to lean on the divine more than ever. Okay, with the Queen of Wands, Six of Swords, I just feel like you're going to choose peace overall. You're going to choose the calm over the chaos. And whether that means you're with this person or not, you know, we'll see. But I feel like it's definitely time for you to own your power and stop letting fear or this person's feelings get you to dishonor yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you know what you want, you know what you're about. And even though it may not coincide with the future you expected with this person, it is what it is, you know? Yeah, it's like you're blocking your blessings. You're blocking yourself from moving on from a cycle. See, and there's the Tower. I knew it was going to come through at some point. It's just time to move on from this because I feel like it's not sustainable. And I think that the time apart might bring you guys back together in a better way, but it's like you're trying to force this person to get on your level, and that takes time. You know, that takes inner work. All right. Last card here, the final outcome is the Ten of Swords. So I definitely see an ending happening here. And I feel like you tried all you can do, but it's time for you to pull back. You know, you can't force this person to grow. You can't force this union to make sense if it doesn't. And it's not to say that later in life it won't come back around. You never know. But how it is currently, it's just not feeling fair for you. And I don't think sacrificing yourself for a connection is, I don't think that makes sense. All right, tell me more about the Ten of Swords for Taurus. Yeah, I feel like you realized with the Moon card, there was a lot of fear and a lot of doubt that was keeping you stuck in this situation. And once you leaned on faith and trust, you realized, I actually do want to walk away. I don't want this to be the end of our story, but how it is currently is not working. Okay. And with the Knight of Swords, the Page of Cups, I see you following your truth, following your heart. And, you know, you may not know exactly what's going to happen. You may be inexperienced in this type of unfolding, but you're honoring yourself. You're honoring your needs. And I think that's a beautiful start. Okay. I mean, I see a lot of abundance, a lot of happiness and joy for you. So, even though it's a difficult decision, I think it's the right one. And you never know what will happen in the future. But I think that giving yourself the opportunity to grow and this other person will be the most beneficial for the both of you. Everyone's higher self is applauding, so that's great. Okay, we are going to close it out with some oracle messages for you, Taurus. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys would like, no, hold on. If this resonated, here we go. If this resonated for you guys, let me know with a like, a comment. Definitely subscribe and share this reading with another Taurus, or maybe, you know, a friend, a cross watcher, whoever. See, look, we have the ever unfolding rose, cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Yeah, like this is a situation where it's almost like you were a chameleon and you were trying to mold and kind of go with the flow with this, but you're too bright for all that. It's time to just shine and allow this to unfold how it's meant to. Because any situation where you're having to dilute yourself is not honoring you, and authenticity is like the highest vibration. So time to be authentic. All right, let's talk about it. So we have boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Yeah. Is this a connection where you've been compromising your boundaries too much? Because if it is, that's not good. And it's inevitable that these resentment will build. You might like crash out at one point. So honor your boundaries now so you don't have to learn that hard lesson later. And then star mother, how can you mother yourself? Absolutely. It's time to love on yourself, trust yourself, and let the universe take care of certain things that seem out of your control. You don't have to have the answer all the time. Sometimes you just got to step back, love on yourself, do some self-care while something is unfolding. I think that's the best answer right now. Ooh, birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. Absolutely. That's what I was saying. Like, there's a major transformation happening for you. So let go of the old, allow the new to come in, and have gratitude for this unfolding because it's going to be beautiful for you. I'm telling you. And also, sometimes the universe has to remove people from your life because they're not meant to be in the new chapter. You know, if like, this makes me think, we're going to tell the story. This makes me think of when my great aunt passed away a few years ago. She didn't have any kids, and she was really close with me and my sisters. So she gave us her money. Mind you, she was a teacher, so it wasn't like she's rolling in the dough. Like, it was nothing crazy. But my aunt, not my great aunt, but my aunt, she did not like that. So she blocked all of us, and my older sister who was closer with her was like, what's going on with you? Like, why haven't I heard from you? Why can't I see your Facebook page? And she was just like, I can't believe you guys didn't give us any money. Like, I think that's extremely rude and hurtful and really just pushes us to the side. Now, mind you, if this lady wanted some money, we would have given her some money. All you had to do is ask. But instead of asking, she got mad and blocked all of us and acted a fool. Now, here's me. I know I'm going to have a lot of success and abundance in my life, right? I know that. So if I'm around someone who's greedy or someone whose intentions aren't pure, yeah, you can go ahead and remove them from my life. You know what I mean? So sometimes people will show out, not show up enough, or do something crazy so that way they are removed from your life. And that way, the blessings and opportunities that this person would have taken advantage of or tried to use you to get to, they're not involved. And now you have a clear path to get what you're meant for. And last card here, dance with life, do something to change your energy. Absolutely. So yeah, there are changes. There is new energy coming through here. Embrace it, flow with it. Some of you guys might benefit from spending time in the water, a bath, a shower, dancing, flowing. I like to hula hoop. Maybe you like to do some sort of flow. Maybe you want to do some like aerial silks, or I don't know. What are those little poi? You could do poi, or one of those. You guys seen those videos with like, I don't even know what those things are called. They look like a bandana, but it's giving pizza, like how people twist them. Just do some sort of flow, okay? Painting, writing. But yeah, do something to welcome energy flowing so that way you're not stuck in stagnance or resistance, okay? Because something beautiful is unfolding for you. I'm telling you what. All right. That's all I have for you today, Taurus. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out that bonus career and love reading. I'll put it at the end here. But yeah, that's all I've got. If you guys would like more from me, I've got a whole bunch of goodies in the description box. I have all of my content, all my social media, if you guys want to check that out. I also have my website if you would like to book a personal reading or a soul alchemy ceremony. That's where we help turn your pain, your limiting beliefs, your doubts into power, into faith, into trust, so you can create the life that you truly desire. And I do offer these services virtually if you are not in my area. I also have a newsletter. That's like my favorite thing. I send it out kind of randomly. Whenever I've got a new video or a new insights, guidance, I like to share it with you guys. And I always pair it with a meditation, affirmations, yoga, journal prompts, or just information to help you understand the spiritual lessons that we may be going through. So check it out if you want. That's on my website. And if you sign up for the newsletter, you get a guided meditation sent to you immediately. So check it out. But thank you guys so much for watching, Taurus. I will see you next time. I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.